stating what I wanted. As a 9, we don't state what we want.
Do you want to like switch around?
No, let's stick with this. We're live right here. Let's go for it.
We're going to go live, but is it 7 o'clock yet?
I think it is. Let's see.
How do you know?
Because the clock says, 6:59.
I know. 1 more minute. So
Be back
invite
in
your
a minute.
friends. we're going to get started with the practice of stop for type 9 or
Yes.
style 9.
Yeah.
Don't you think it's interesting that some people like to say style 9 and some people say type 9 on the Enneagram? I think some of us don't like the idea of someone saying you're a type. So I like style. What do you like?
I think the 4 is probably like style
I'm a 3.
with a 4 wing.
This is true.
I just, whatever anybody wants it to be for the 9s, I'm fine with it.
There you go. Yeah, I'm doing fine because I'm a 9.
Okay, are we stopping and starting? Are we?
No, I think we should just keep
We're at
going.
7 p.m.
7 p.m.
we
Welcome to Spiritual Rhythms for the Enneagram. This is a handbook for harmony and transformation. And I don't know if you've purchased your book yet, but you're really going to want to purchase it. We had a great piece of news this week that our professor, our teacher, our guide, Dr. Jerome Wagner, was teaching our harmony model with our chapter titles and the way to integrate at his advanced training this week. So that was like a great moment for us.
Definitely.
And we're celebrating that, and we...
Nobody better than Jerry.
No, it's a true story.
teacher.
If you've never taken Dr. Jerry Wagner's training in the Enneagram, you're missing it. And anyway, so stop. We're going to be talking about STOP tonight. STOP is an acronym which stands for C, triggers, open, presence. So here's what happens. You have a true self made in God's image, right? The divine essence, it's who you are. You have an automatic self. Some people call it the false self, others, say the compulsive self. But what we would say is that you are on automatic many times in your reactions in life. We've had a few of those this week, as a matter of fact.
Yeah.
Not you, but me. And so for every Enneagram style, if they are able to, in a moment where they could say something they didn't mean to, do something they wish they hadn't, or in the case of the 9, not do something they wish they had. So if we are going to be on a transformative journey, we're going to say in a moment when conflict arises, difficulties arise, we want to see, first of all, how is God at work here, right? See what my Enneagram automatic style wants to do right here when I'm on my edge. And so you want to see that. You want to take a breath and just notice without judgment. You want to notice without judgment your triggers, the things that get you stuck in type and wishing you hadn't said or not said, done or not done, what happened. And then you're going to open. And as you are looking at our book here, we're teaching you how to open all 3 centers of your magnificent intelligence. You have IQ, this intelligence that is, it's got your mental cognition, and you've got your EQ, which is how you feel about things, your IQ, how you think, and your gut instincts, like what is your go-to instinct. So tonight we're going to talk about the 9, and Scott, since he's a resident 9, he can help us how 9s know how to stop so that they can open up to presence and be present rather than powering down. So 9s, when they're triggered, power down, and when they're transforming, they're opening to the presence of God and the presence of their own soul.
Right, so 9s, one of our big fixations is that we want to avoid conflict. We'll avoid it at all costs. So sometimes it's hard to even find an example personally because 9s so avoid conflict that they avoid it personally. Sometimes we get thrown into it with others, and then you can't avoid that. But what will happen is we may be present in that our body is there, but we're not really present with the activity of checking in with our heart or our head. So just a story that happened with us a while back is Claire and I were in a meeting. That was a meeting that we knew was going to be difficult. We had to have an honest, hard conversation that we knew was going to have conflict in it. And what nines will do, because they so desire, they won't totally avoid conflict. They'll go to conflict if they know it's the only way to get back to peace.
Some nines will.
Yes, yeah. Some nines will.
Nines.
Yes. So it was one of those situations. We got in the meeting. There were several of us in the meeting. And quite frankly, I was blindsided. I knew part of what was going to be discussed. I thought I knew everything that was going to be discussed, and I was kind of blindsided. So I found myself in the meeting literally because I was blindsided and we had a certain amount of time. I just shut down. I mean, I did say some things, but I really pulled back.
You were almost absent.
And when the meeting kind of got to an end, we just kind of went around the room to check, how's everyone? And I essentially said, I'm fine, but I'm not done, which I'm fine is a common comment that nines like to make at times. But I want to reserve the right to discuss this further or to really share what I think, because I knew that I needed to go deeper into the conflict. So when we withdrew, I engaged my heart with an email, actually a couple of emails, and I opened myself to loyal courage, because the people we were with
Which
are
is
people,
your IQ.
right? My sixth space, to be loyal and courageous. And listen, it was, especially in the situation I was in, it was people that I love, and I knew that to be loyal to myself, to Claire, and to the others in the room was going to require engagement. So engaging meant writing some really honest words about that situation. So it takes engaging your IQ, your sixth space, engaging your loyal courage, engaging your heart space, right? That activating of the achievement. How can I come awake to what needs to be achieved here? And you know, it's interesting because nines are amazing negotiators, but if you never engage, you can't negotiate. So to be ambassadorial, you have to get involved in the conflict, and I think that helps to remember that.
Yeah, and so even loving action from your EQ, where you said some difficult things and you said them with love. So first of all, you had to see that you were checking out, that you were checking out these triggers of avoidance, right?
Right.
Then you had to open your head, your heart, and your gut, and then you came alive to presence, your own presence, and the presence of God, and the presence of the other people. So, one of the things that I would encourage people is, when you're looking at nines and some of the other Enneagram styles, give them time to do stop. Some of us are, more quick to check in with things, and then we have to take back some of what we've said. Whereas nines, what they want to say is, look, I'm sorry I didn't show up. And so seeing, right, this beautiful part of seeing for you, where are you falling asleep to conflict, the triggers, like this is too much, don't push me, I'm not talking about it today, but then opening head, heart, and gut. Now, I want to tell you there's a sliver of time before you move into that automatic response because your neural pathways have been formed. But the beauty of neuroplasticity is you can fire some new happy neurons, and neurons that fire together wire together, said the famous Dr. Dan Siegel. And so, you have hope. One of the things that we would say is that sometimes when you first start practicing stop, you're going to practice it after the fact. But as you're noticing it, as you see, and you open up, where am I falling asleep? And then you look at the triggers, where am I trying to disappear? And then you open all three centers of intelligence. You'll find that you become present more in the moment than after the fact. But no matter what, show up, even if it's later.
Right.
So for the nines, would you like to bless them?
Yeah, I just love the quote that we have in the book under Stop for the Nines. It's by Michael Cunningham, and he says that you cannot find true peace by avoiding life. It isn't peace if we're just avoiding. We have to engage, and we have to move toward and engage our head, heart, and gut. So nines, be blessed, engage what your presence, being awake and bringing your ambassadorial self, bringing your peaceful self in a healthy way is so important for all of us. So we just encourage everyone to do that. All of you nines out there, bring your head, heart, and your gut. Peace, 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 peace. And
share this if you would, please. And if there are nines you know and love, feel free to share this and like it, comment on it, send questions. We'd love to respond.
And if there's nines that drive you nuts because they shut down, send this to them as well. Maybe that will. Anyway,
okay.
Great being with you guys.
Bye.
Tomorrow night, Doug and Adele.
Peace out.
Peace.